Oh, gee willikers, mates. Big news. Big stuff in Tarkov. Big stuff. Let's go through this. Here's my take on this. I think we're just going to jump right into it. Everybody's been talking about it. Unheard Edition, which I have purchased, and I don't regret it, and I don't care what you think about it. All right, so guaranteed instant access to closed beta, digital copy preload, everything in here that has to do with EOD that's also included in EOD. I think we can pretty much rule out as not pay to win. It gives you a small advantage early on in the wipe. It gives you a little jump start. Here's something that's new. Access to PvE co-op mode with persistent progress. Progression will not be reset with wipes. I think that's cool. I think that's a fun thing, a fun addition. I hope it holds a lot of promise. I hope it's similar to like live Tarkov, but with less PMC related tasks, that type of stuff. I have a lot of hope for that. Because there is a lot of times where you're playing and you just don't want it. Like, you're just not in the mood to deal with the bush Wookiees, the non-movers, the this, the that. And you just want to just play a raid, but not offline. You want to make progress. You want to play a version of Tarkov that's, like, just not so contested. You know, just go loot, scoot, have fun, lay back, put on some fucking music, put on another stream, just hang out for a little bit. I think this is going to be great for that. Obviously not pay to win, nothing to do with pay to win. Enhanced stash size, don't care. Unique game ID, nothing. This one right here, I can see why people would somehow say this is pay to win. Now, this one is the topic that I don't agree with anybody on. A lot of people say this is pay to win. Number one, I don't know what the size difference is. Are we getting full on Kaban pockets where it's like a 3x whatever, or are we getting just extended pockets so we can put magazines in there? If we do get the pockets, are they going to change it so that you can't put magazines in pockets? That would null and void the argument that, oh, it's pay to win. You don't need a tactical rig anymore. You can just put your mags in your pockets. Less weight, move faster, pay to win. Okay, I get it. I understand the thought process there. However, I'm optimistic in my thoughts here. I've been saying this for a while now that they should add a task late game to add pocket size expansion. Just give us boss pockets for doing a crazy task late game. I'm 100% optimistic. I think fully that there will be a task in game along with this expansion. Maybe not this wipe, but next wipe. I think there will be a task linked to this that you can access bigger pockets without having to buy this edition. Just like everything else that comes with EOD and all that other stuff except for secure container that you can access in game. You just got to grind it out. I think that's coming. They didn't say it here, but I think it's implied. I think they're smart enough to know that that's going to be a state of contention and they're going to need to add something. That's my optimistic view on it. If they don't do that, people have a little bit of a point. Just a tiny point that it's a little bit pay to win. Do I think it's really going to make that big of a difference in a fight? Fuck no. You think like 2 extra slots in your pockets is going to get you to kill Gingy on her standard account? That bitch is still going to roll you. Fucking Smitty on his fucking little 4 or 2x2 secure container is going to come up to you with a PM pistol and pop you in the face no matter what. It doesn't matter what you got. Skill is skill. Your pocket size has nothing to do with your survival. I don't think it makes any big difference. I think people are making it out to be some huge thing, and it's really not that big of a deal, honestly. Anyways, that's what I got on that. Increased fence standing. I don't give a fuck about fence rep anyways. I really don't. It's going to help early wipe because obviously you don't get fence tasks where you can have like fence. If you didn't know, fence tasks can sometimes give you like super OP shit. It's very uncommon, but sometimes you'll get like a loot lord. That's OP for a guy who's grinding Kappa. They're kind of a hard to find. Bear buddies, same thing. Sometimes you get Kappa items on a fence task. You don't start getting fence tasks until you get over 2.0 rep, as far as I understand. Once you get over 2.0 rep, you don't lose them anymore. You can go under it, but that's how you unlock the tasks in the first place. That's my understanding. I could be wrong on that. It might be level locked. I noticed this wipe that I hit 2.0 fence rep and I started getting fence tasks. I think they're tied together. I could be wrong on it. But overall, I don't think increased fence standing has any merit on pay to win or anything like that. It doesn't really make a difference. Whatever. Hanging out with scab bosses is overrated anyways. More slots in a flea market. Quality of life update. It's cool. You can gain it easily. I shouldn't say easily. You can gain it by grinding. You sell shit on the fucking flea market and you get more slots. That's how it's always worked. That's how it's going to continue to work. You just get extra slots to begin with. It's a quality of life thing. Does not infect you in raid whatsoever. Unique in-game melee weapon. I couldn't give a shit less. How overpowered are the melee weapons? not that overpowered. It's not going to help you anyways. It's just kind of a neat thing. Increased mail retention time. That's nice. That's kind of cool that you're going to be able to hold on to your insurance a little bit longer. I still don't think that has anything to do with pay to win. It's not going to help you in raid. It's just going to be nice that you don't have to claim everything and use up your stash space. Not a big deal. Additional background screen option. Doesn't matter. Pointless. DLCs. Early test servers. Doesn't matter. Pointless. Additional equipment and resources. We're not going to go over bear character because we're always USEC strong. Secure container gamma. It is what it is. I don't think it's pay to win. It's just kind of a convenience thing. Weapon case, also not pay to win, just a convenience thing. You are paying for time. With these things, with these extra stuff, with EOD, with the Unheard edition, the extra money that you're paying is for time. You are saving time grinding the fuck out of this game to get the things that you get off of the beginning of the wipe with these additions. So the weapons case, the Lucky Scav junk box, the ammo case, that stuff is pretty easily attainable early wipe. Yes, it's a grind. Yes, you have to fucking grind out and get your money right. And like a Lucky Scav junk box, for instance, is one really, really good scav raid. 1.1 mil ruble. You can get that on a scav raid, on streets, on reserve, even on interchange, the worst map ever in existence. You can get that on most maps. In one scav raid, one really good scav raid, at most 3. If you survive 3 scav raids and you're looting properly, you can afford yourself a Lucky Scav junk box. Not that big of a deal. Ammo case, also pretty fucking cheap. Was it like 300, 400K on the flea? This doesn't give you flea market. So either way, you're going to have to grind that to go and buy this stuff. You're going to have to grind it. I don't think it's that big of a deal to have one ammo case. It really isn't that big of a deal. Same with the weapons case. It doesn't save you that much space in the long run. And how many people are hanging on to all of their weapons and all their weapons parts early wipe? There might be a handful of characters that are grinding Kappa and they want to just have, they come across the gunsmith part and it's like, ooh, shit. I normally wouldn't pick this up, but I have a weapons case in my stash. I'm going to grab that. And they might save it. Yeah, I don't think it's going to save you that much. It really, I don't know. I don't think any of this is pay to win. It's just quality of life stuff. And you're going to pay the extra money for time saving. That's all it is. It's just going to save you a little bit of time. Gun. Doesn't matter. You're going to use it. You're going to die with it. It's gone. It's going to help you for like your first 10 raids. Maybe 20, 25 if you're good and you got a high survival rate. This shit's going to all be gone almost instantaneously. Doesn't fucking matter. Plate carrier, same thing. Plate carrier, same thing. Million rubles, $1,000, and 500 euros. Again, it's just a time-saving thing. You're paying to save a little bit of time, not grinding out your rubles, not grinding out your money. You have something to start with. That's what you're paying for. Same with the ammo. Ammo right here, you can find over 60 M80 rounds in one raid. Easy. If you get lucky, you pick up a little pack of ammo, maybe another little pack of ammo. This stuff spawns pretty commonly, especially JSX or JSPSX. That stuff's common as fuck. You find that everywhere. M80, fairly common. Was not common before, but now it spawns in those little packs. You can find them all over the place. Same with 5.6A1. You just got to get lucky. It's not that big of a deal. You're going to run through this ammo in 3 raids. You're going to run through all of this in 3 raids. You get 3 raids of an advantage, and that's it. It's gone. Not pay to win. Doesn't matter. Increased starting level of character. This one was also a very contentious thing. I don't understand it, but anyways. Attention, level 3. How long does it take you to level up attention to level 3? The earliest levels are the ones that are easiest to level up in the first place. And what does it give you? Not much. What is attention? Isn't it searching just a little bit faster? Isn't that what it is? Or like it loads up a little bit faster? Isn't that what attention is? It's not that big of a deal unless you have a max. It's nothing crazy. It's not going to help you out crazy. Hideout management, same thing. Really not pay to win. Doesn't make that big of a difference. Weapon maintenance level 3. You can make an argument for it. I don't think you get anything crazy with 3 levels of weapon maintenance anyways on your weapons. You're not getting gold weapons yet. And it's not going to save you that much weapon durability. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Bolt action level 3. Here we go. A lot of people said this one right here, specifically bolt action level 3. Your first 3 levels of bolt action is pay to win. I completely fucking disagree. You know how many raids it takes to level up bolt action to level 3? The first 3? Just reloading your Mosin, it's 10 raids. Max out your experience on bolt action, reloading your Mosin, that's 10 raids. And you can do that passively. Just have your Mosin in your back pocket. Little baby Mosin, reload the whole time. That's what most people do anyways. It's not that big of a deal. You're doing Tarkov shooter off the bat. You're doing all these sniper tests right off the bat. Those 3 levels aren't going to make a fucking difference, really. And the only thing that they're making a difference for is your speed run towards Kappa. If you're not speed running Kappa, I don't think you're even going to notice the difference. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Everybody made it out to be this big thing, and, like, it's nothing. The advantages you get from 3 levels of bolt-action rifles is not going to help you in raid all that much. It's just going to help you save some time, like everything else in this. Pistols level 3, same thing. Like, it doesn't really help you all that much. Like, how many times is a pistol going to outrank, like, a VPO 209 or a this or a that? It all comes down to skill. It has nothing to do with how high your level is in that particular weapon. It has nothing to do with that. I don't think it gives you any in-game advantage. All this stuff, up until now, is 100% meaningless, except for maybe the pocket size. And even that, really? A little bit extra pocket space, you're going to gripe and moan over that? Fucking get over it. Access to co-op practice mode. You already get that with EOD. Not a big deal. Unique in-game armband. Who gives a fuck? Radio electronic item. Marker of the Unheard. The item is equipped in special slots. The item gives a 50% discount when using cash service and raids. Insured equipment returns 30% faster. With 6+ fence rep, scavs won't shoot you at ranges over 60 meters away. Won't shoot first. Okay. So right here. If you have max fence rep, and you paid for the big version of the game, the biggest version of the game, mighty expensive. We didn't talk about that, but there is that is mighty expensive. For the average guy, $250 for a game is a boatload of money. That's a lot. That's a whole fucking antique console. You can get a PS3 for less than that. Like, that's, you know, it is quite a bit of money. But I played 4,000 hours of this game. I can justify completely spending an extra $100 over the $140 that I've already spent. $250 on this game for 4,000 hours, totally worth it in my mind. But anyways, this saves you specifically from sniper scavs. How many scavs are going to be 60 meters away and relevant to you that would normally fuck you up? Sniper scavs. That's about it. Sniper scavs on any map. That's gonna save you a little bit on sniper scavs, and you still have to grind your way to max fence rep to get there. It's not really giving you anything crazy. And once you shoot, you get 1 shot on that guy. If you don't hit your shot, well, then you got to try again. I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. And it doesn't really specify if you shoot first. If you shoot 1 time, if all of a sudden that's gone. That perk is gone. That's my theory. You shoot 1 time, boom, rest of the raid doesn't matter. Everything shoots at you like it normally would. Now, if it's the case that it resets every kill, it's specific per scav at 60 meters away, that's a little bit different. Still, not that big of a factor. I mean, it can be. I can think of certain situations where you're trying to rat it up a little bit. You're sitting on top of Pride Rock on Lighthouse Mountain, and you got scavs on the road. You're trying to be sneaky. The scavs are 60 meters away where they would normally be sniping at you the second they saw you. Guy running down the road, and you can kind of maintain that shroud of invisibility, or that little mysterious, you know, where normally that scav would be aggroed on you. You'd give away your position, and this guy would be able to find you. There's certain situations where it might help you a lot. In most cases, not going to fucking matter. Really isn't. The insurance equipment returns 30% faster. Quality of life thing. If you're willing to pay an extra $100 for the game, here you go. Here's your insurance. Everything that you would normally get back 12 hours from now, you're getting back now. That type of shit. At 30% faster, I don't know what it is right now. I think it's 24 hours, but you're going to get it back just a little bit sooner. Not that big of a deal. 50% discount when using cash service and raids. Car, BTR. I would assume it applies to Lightkeeper stuff. If you're going to go use Lightkeeper to buy his amulet, that type of shit, maybe that would... Oh, definitely for... You can buy a service from Lightkeeper to be not aggroed by rogues in that raid. Nobody uses it because it's fucking stupid. You have to run to Lightkeeper, buy it. It only lasts that raid. By the time you get down and over to rogue camp, everybody's dead anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. It is kind of nice, but I mean, really, what are you saving yourself at the beginning of a wipe? Instead of paying 6,000 ruble, the astounding 6,000 rubles it takes to buy car, break the fucking bank, right? It's going to cost you 3,000. It's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. So I don't think that's pay to win either. Will be available in future updates. Ability to build a unique zone and hideout. Unique item distress signal device. When the item is activated, it produces a bright flash as well as a loud sound signal. Once activated, all players on your friends list will receive a notification that they can join your raid to help you. I think this is misinterpreted. I think this is completely misinterpreted. A lot of people thought that this means like, oh, you can build this item and all of a sudden you're 20 minutes into a raid and this player on your friends list can just join your raid mid-raid. I don't think that's the case. I think it's strictly for PvE content. A lot of people were bitching about that. They don't specify, but I'm almost certain that's for PvE only. BSG makes a lot of mistakes here and there, but none of them are that intentional. They're not idiots. They know what the fuck they're doing, even though sometimes it doesn't seem like it. I don't think they would do something like that. So I think that's for PvE only, even though it's not specified right here. So as a whole, breaking it all down, every step along the way, the only thing that I could even see a viable argument for being pay to win is expanded PMC pockets. And like I said, if you think that 2 extra slots in your pockets is going to save you from Gingy, Smitty, fucking Tiggs, Glorious, any of the GOATs, anybody who's clearly leagues above you in skill, you're smoking fucking crack. You're going to get rolled over just the same as you would with little tiny pockets. It's not going to make a big difference. Skill is skill. Pockets have nothing to do with it. And that's my take on the whole thing. The only thing I didn't touch on before is the price. The price of it is pretty fucking steep. You paid $140 for 140 US dollar, 150 after tax for EOD. Pretty steep. It's pretty steep. But for a guy who's played thousands of hours in this game, I mean, I'm averaging on EOD and this alone, adding this with 4,000 hours, $250 total. I think I got like 15 hours or something like that. 15 hours for every dollar spent. Like one full day of gameplay. Not 24 hours, right? We got to get some sleep. But that's 15 hours for every dollar I spent. 15 hours for every dollar I spent. I think that's pretty reasonable. For a beginner, for somebody just starting to play Tarkov, yeah, maybe don't buy the giant version of the game for $250. That's probably not the best bet. You know, figure out if you like it or not. But the jump from 140 to 240 or whatever it is, 250, the $100 jump, it's steep. But to me personally, my take on it is I love this game so much. I've never played a game like this that has grabbed me by my gonads so hard and choked me just the way I like it. And it's just, I'm more than willing to donate money to BSG for a little bit of stuff in raid, for like the next version of the game, for even just the littlest bit. I'd have paid $100 for the expanded pockets. I don't give a fuck. They made a phenomenal game. They've been working on it for what, almost 10 years now? It's been almost a decade in development. They started out with like 80 people in their company. They're up to 200 people. It's a very small organization building a very complex game over a very long period of time. Of course, they're going to run out of money. And their arena flopped fucking hard. Nobody plays that shit anymore. Not on a regular basis. It did not take off the way they did. So yeah, they're hurting for money. It's a little bit of a cash grab. But I'm completely okay with it. They've made a phenomenal game. And I want to see it get to the end. And here's the thing. If you've ever fallen in love with Tarkov, even if you don't play it anymore, if you have at one point in your life been in love with Tarkov, you fell for it, head over heels, you got stuck in Tarkov, even for a day, even for an hour, you're like, fuck, this game is the shit. I think everybody can agree that you at least want to see it make it to the end. You don't want it to stop midway and never make it to full development, full release, fully functional, completed servers. I think everybody can agree that we all want to see it get to the end, and whatever they need to do to make it get there, if they want to add microtransactions that don't like aren't really pay to win. My example of pay to win is like if they introduced a skin exclusive to a $10 purchase online and it was like a dark skin that blended in well, that's pay to win. Because I can't buy that in game. I have to go to your website and buy that, and it does give you a visual advantage. You blend in better. That's a different thing completely. Everything here, not pay to win. It's just a little bit of a jump start. It's a little bit less time. You're paying $100 extra to put a 2-week, and this is my estimate, about a 2-week gap between you and a standard edition account. That's all it is. Everything here, everything you start with, that's like 2 weeks of grind. You're putting a 2-week buffer in between you and the guy who bought the small version of the game. And that's all it is. That's it. That's the whole fucking thing. So you're not really paying to win. You're just paying for a small jump start. And that's it. That's it. I don't think it's anything crazy. There's a lot of people who hate on it. I think that they're doing a great thing. I'd be more pissed off if they added skins exclusive to the online. If they added skins that you have to purchase, like they do with MW or Call of Duty, any of the other games, Fortnite, Call of Duty, Overwatch, any of those other games. If you're putting in cosmetic skins that give you an advantage in certain situations because you either blend in better or anything like that, that's a different thing completely. But everything here you can acquire in raid or get something better than that in raid, except for, as far as we know, expanded PMC pockets. That's the only thing I have a problem with. And I think that they're going to add something later on where you can acquire that just by grinding out a couple tasks. I think that's where they're going with that. I don't think I really missed anything. I addressed the price. I addressed everything in the list here. I think we pretty much got it taken care of. That's my whole perspective on this. That's why I don't think that it's pay to win. I think it's pay for a jump start. Pay to win and pay for a jump start are two completely separate things. Mid wipe to late wipe, none of this shit matters. It's a colored name on your screen and it makes zero difference. You're going to have a 2-week buffer in between you and the standard account. And 3 months down the line, they could have played way more time than you. Maybe you didn't get on enough, and they've caught up to you already. They have their fucking Kappa container, which is better than the Gamma container. It doesn't matter. Down the line, it doesn't make any fucking difference. And everything in here doesn't give you an advantage in raid, except for the expanded PMC pockets. So, that's my take on it. And I think anybody who's bitching about this and is crying about it is just a crybaby back bitch who's looking for shit to whine about. Hates on the game because it's not in the state that they want it to be, and they just need something to vent on. In its essence, I don't think it's anything to bitch about. That's just my opinion. So,